Good morning. It is day one of the 30-day keto weight loss challenge, my pre-holiday challenge. The Facebook group is up. We've already got people over there interacting in that group. So I'm really excited to get this started. I can tell you, I was not excited to start my day with water, but that's one thing I kind of committed to doing for myself was starting my day with water. So that's what I'm doing. This is about a 24 ounce cup. So the plan is to drink 4 of these a day, but once I get the first one down, I will be moving on to coffee. So we are starting, I am starting out the challenge this morning. I weighed myself and I took measurements and I am starting out at 156.4, which is the highest I've been in a long time. It was kind of a gut check to get on the scale. I didn't really want to get on the scale this morning, much less, I have to admit how much weight I've gained back. So I'm about 20 pounds heavier than my lowest keto weight and 25 pounds, about 25, 28 pounds higher than my lowest adult weight. But I mean, that was when I was like 25. So I would love to just get back down to my lowest keto weight. So overall, I want to lose about 20 pounds, but for the sake of this challenge, my goal is to lose 10, and then hopefully can gain some momentum going into that holiday season. So the first thing I want to do also, while I am in a fasted state, I've been up for an hour and I want to check my glucose and ketone readings the first thing in the morning, and then I will also check them this afternoon, probably around the 3 o'clock hour. So I use the Keto Mojo. I have this linked in the description box below. And this is their GK Plus. They just launched their new and improved Keto Mojo. And so there's no more having to have a key code to sync up your strip. And that there's a wonderful app that's for free and which will show your overall GKI. So it really determines ketosis based off not just your ketones, but your ketones versus your current blood glucose level, which is really a better measurement of whether or not you are truly in nutritional ketosis. So I can't show you what the app is going to show right now because I'm using my phone to record, and I'll have to look at the app once I'm done. But I will try to post it up here in a minute to show what my morning GKI is. So get my fingers warmed up. We'll make sure that blood is flowing to get a good bead. And make sure I launch this. All right. All right, we got that going. I always test the glucose first because that reading only takes 5 seconds versus the ketones, which take 10. And I always want to get both readings out of a single finger prick, so I'll have to do it more than I want to. So this is reading 126. That actually seems pretty high for a morning glucose reading. So that's not too great. And then now we will check the ketones. See what this comes up at. This one takes longer. This is a 10-second read. Always discard your lancet. Do not reuse the lancet. All right, this is sitting at 0.5. So if I were just looking at ketones, now I would say, 0.5, that's like the lowest amount to say that you're in ketosis. But, I can actually look at the GKI on my computer real quick. I can go to the Keto Mojo website. I want to do that real quick. That way, they have a calculator on their website. So even if you don't have the Keto Mojo, you could still look at this. I will put my glucose reading in at 126. That seemed really high. And my ketones are at 0.5. Okay, so that gives me a total GKI reading of 14. And anything over a GKI score of 9 is not in ketosis. So I'm not even starting out my morning in ketosis. So to be fair, I had some Halo Top ice cream last night. Not a great way, not a good thing to do right before you kick off a diet, but I had it and I had the whole pint. So that is probably part of my problem this morning with my readings. My goal is over the next several days, obviously, to start seeing that come down significantly. So that's how we're starting the morning. This is just me being fully transparent. It's not where I would like to start my morning. That's where we're at. So I'm going to finish downing this water so I can have my morning coffee. Okay, I feel like I can finally start my day because I finally have coffee. I'm usually 2 hours into my coffee drink at this point. So I woke up a little bit late this morning, and then just doing the video and everything, it took a little extra time. So hopefully I won't have to wait so long tomorrow. I am hungry already. Like, it's 9 o'clock, about 9:15. and I'm already hungry because all I've had is water. So I'm hoping that the coffee will kind of curb the appetite until at least 11 o'clock. And then also want to let you know, I'm going to use, I think, Chronometer to track all of my macros and my calories while on this challenge. So I will make sure that I sum up each day's video. I'll show you a screenshot of Chronometer so you can see exactly where I'm at for the day. And then also, if I happen to use any of my own recipes from my blog or any recipes from anywhere, I will link that description box below. I think the baked chicken, I'll probably link that later on. But anyway, I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna go drink my coffee, and then I will come back when it's lunchtime. Oh, no. How did I sleep last night? I did say that I was going to let you know how I slept. I was up late last night. I was recording the prep day video and getting that squared away and uploaded to YouTube. Took a lot longer than I expected. I hope that as I get through doing this daily, that I kind of get into a groove and become more efficient with my time. So I actually didn't get to sleep till midnight last night, and I'm usually in bed by 9, asleep by 10:30 a lot of nights. So I'm definitely a little sleep deprived. I mean, I got 7 hours, but I'm more of an 8 to 9 hour a night girl to really function well. I need lots more sleep than just 7 hours. So I'm a little tired and I'm a little hungry. But like I said, I'm going to try to hold off until lunch, and then I get to eat, and I'm very excited about eating right now. Like, it's going to be a long 2 hours if I make it till 11. So I went ahead and added some more creamer to my coffee. So the full like 24 ounces of coffee, which I guess is like 3 cups. I didn't even mark 3 cups down. 3 cups of coffee and only 2 tablespoons of creamer. It was still very bitter. And like I said, I've been spoiled to having my coffee sweetened with Keto Logic. So I did go ahead. I've got a full 1/4 cup of creamer in my coffee. So this coffee, all in all, I just plugged it into Chronometer. It is 208 calories, but it's less than 2 carbs. So it all balances out, right? Obviously, I do need to be in a bit of a calorie deficit also if I'm going to lose weight. That's why people can actually gain weight on keto, because they can simply eat too much. But anyway, so I just want to come on here, like I said, in the spirit of full transparency, I went back and added more creamer to my coffee. So this, if nothing else, it should definitely keep me satiated and full until lunch. I'll be really curious to see how, if I keep the carbs ultra low, we'll see how my my meter readings turn out over the next few days. But I am really missing my Keto Logic coffee creamer. I have a bit of addiction to it and I love it. But that also shows me, I guess, that I probably should take a break from it every now and then just to get that sweet tooth under control. It is lunchtime. I was hungry at 11, but I actually was able to stretch it out till noon, mainly because I was busy working. That is one thing I do know, and I work from home full time. But anyway, I am at home full time, and which is twofold. One, I have access to food is a little bit too easy. But the busier I stay, the more likely I can go in between meals. But I finished my coffee. It was wonderful. I am on my 2nd cup of water, so when I finish this will be half my water requirements for the day. So for my first meal, I'm doing scrambled eggs with smoked salmon and, with a tablespoon of butter. So this is going to be my healthy fat. I don't have a veggie coming in this meal, but that's okay. So we'll get the butter melted, and then let me show you. I've got 2 eggs, and then I have 2 ounces of smoked salmon. You always want to just double check the ingredients anytime you buy something that is smoked or processed. But this is from Costco, and it's actually a very clean smoked salmon, so I'm fine eating it. So this will have very minimal carbs. I think the 2 eggs will have a total of, the eggs I think have a carb each. I'll have to double check. I'll have to check when I put this into the Chronometer. But of course, the butter doesn't have any carbs, and I don't think the salmon does either. I know some fish ends up having carbs, and I don't quite understand how that works. But we'll see. So far, I'm doing okay. Actually, I'm just hungry. But I kind of expect that anytime I start a new, or anytime I lock down my diet, I should say. It's not a new diet because I've been keto for 2.5 years. But anytime I lock down my diet, the first couple of days are pretty tough because I'm just hungry, and it's because I've been overeating. I've been eating too much. I've stretched out my stomach, which is why it's important for me to do this. And usually, me and my husband, we tend to wait till after the holidays to lock down our diet. But I didn't want to. I guess I didn't want to have to work as hard after the holidays. So I decided to lock it down ahead of time. There has already been I guess a kink in the system. My food plan. The meal I had planned for tonight was a skillet broccoli and beef bowl that has rotel in it. But we are actually going to my sister-in-law's house to watch the Bears game. Her fiance is a Chicago Bears fan, and it's a Monday Night Football, so we're going to go over there. However, she is making a keto-approved soup for me. My family is wonderfully supportive, and they love even eating keto things that I bring. And so she usually tries to make sure that there's always something I can eat at her house. So I'll just have her send me the recipe so that I can calculate the macros for that recipe, since it's not something I already had on the plan. But it'll work out. But that's why I said in my announcement, or maybe the prep day video, it's so important to be able to be flexible. Okay, so my butter is melted. We're going to put the eggs in here. I'm going to use a little bit of salt for seasoning, and that's about all. I don't usually use pepper because I'm not a huge pepper fan. So I'm going to get this made up. Once the eggs are almost done, when they're almost to the point, I like my scrambled eggs pretty dry, but when they're almost done, I'll add in the salmon at the very last minute just to stir it in and to barely warm up the salmon. I don't really want to cook the smoked salmon, but just warm it up a little bit so it's not cold. So I'll show that to you as soon as it's done. All right, I'm ready to eat. Depending on how satisfying this is, when I do this again later in the week, I may decide to add in a little cream cheese and a few capers, basically make it a lox scramble, which is also really, really good. And I have that recipe on my website. So if I think about it, I'll try to remember to link that in the description box. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go eat this, and I'm going to go finish my second thing of water. And then I've got to get a lot of work done today. So I will check back in later this afternoon when I do my second round of testing my glucose and my ketones, and we'll see how I'm doing at that point during the day. Okay, it's been 3 hours since I had the eggs and smoked salmon, and I'm starving. And I was kind of figuring out what the rest of my calories and macros were looking like for today, including I went ahead and figured up all the macros for the keto soup that I'll be having tonight at my sister-in-law's house. And I was going to have a massive calorie deficit today, which means I had plenty of room to add in some extra food. So I'm actually going to heat up this chicken and Brussels that I made, that I batch cooked yesterday. And this is still going to have me under. So probably when I do the eggs and salmon again this week, I'm definitely going to add in some of the cream cheese, and beef up the fat content in that just a little bit. And then if I'm still, because we are working out today, so I need to make sure, I think I'm still gonna be a little bit low on my protein today. So I may go ahead and throw in a protein shake. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna need, if I'm gonna keep this to only 2 meals a day, I'm gonna need to tweak those meals and put more food in each meal to make sure that I don't want too low of a calorie deficit. I want the proper calorie deficit, but still meet my protein goals while keeping the carbs under 20. This meal is actually with the Brussels, I mean, it's like 7 carbs for a half cup. And I am counting total carbs. I know the net carbs will be lower because this is, I think Brussels are full of fiber. I would have to see. But I am counting total carbs. So this actually is going to put my carb count up to 20 for the day already, along with the soup I'm having tonight. So anything else I do have, I need to make sure it is carb free. But I'm going to heat this up on a plate and go enjoy that. And then we'll check in a bit. Okay, I took one bite of Brussels and remember that it is time to check my glucose reading for the afternoon. And I want to do that before I eat because eating is automatically going to raise my glucose and potentially lower my ketones. Are at 100. So that is definitely better compared to this morning. Okay, so that is still sitting at 0.5. My glucose was 100. The ketone was 0.5, which gives me a GKI score of 11.11. So while I may have the ketone level at 0.5, which a lot of people use to gauge ketosis, when compared to my glucose levels, I am still on the high side, and according to Keto Mojo, I'm not technically in nutritional ketosis. So that is something obviously I desperately need to work on with this diet, and it's the reason that I've got to get the carbs super low so I can get my body back into a daily state of ketosis, because I'm thinking I have been out of ketosis more often than not, and I had not even realized it. So now I'm going to go finish my Brussels and chicken, and I'll check in later. Okay, so we are headed to the gym a little bit later than we would on some days. I got a hand coming in the video back there. So I did end up making myself a protein shake. We use, I think it's Optimal Nutrition Gold Standard. It's got a very clean ingredient list, and it's only 3 grams of carbs per serving. So between that and the almond milk that I put it with, I did end up going 4 grams of carbs over my goal of 20 total carbs. But I was going to die if I didn't drink that protein shake, because I was still hungry, and we're going to head to the gym, and there's no way I was going to make it at the gym without getting something else on my stomach and getting some more protein in my system. So I went a little bit over on carbs. I've met the protein goal officially though. So definitely in the coming days, I'm going to need to tweak the food selections a little bit. I need to up my fat a little bit. The fat is way under, which in fat is a lever. Like, you don't have to meet your fat goals, but you still want to make sure you have enough fat in the diet so that you're not getting hungry. And I think that's part of the problem today is I've just been hungry because of the lack of fat in the diet, and just getting back used to, eating ultra low carb. Because like I said, there's so many hidden carbs just coming into my diet that I'm even having a hard time staying in ketosis right now. And for someone who's been keto for 2.5 years, I shouldn't have this hard of a time being in GKI ketosis, according to the Keto Mojo meter. So I don't think I'll be getting any footage inside the gym because I need to focus on getting my workout done. But I will definitely let you know what I decide to do at the gym. Okay, we just got back from the gym. I did the elliptical for 10 minutes, and then I worked out my biceps and my triceps. Feeling really weak. I was only doing like 5 pounds on the tricep kickbacks, and I was doing 10 pounds combined on the tricep. I forget what that's called. And then on the biceps, I just did regular curls and hammer curls, and I was only doing the 5-pound dumbbells in each hand on that one. So I definitely have lost a lot of strength this year by not working out. Pretty much when COVID hit, I quit going to the gym and I quit working out, and I hadn't got back to it until today. And so it's desperately needed. Like, the gym just reminding me like how much strength I've lost and how weak I've become this year. So, which is also probably lending to part of the weight gain as well. Not only, of course, going off of keto, or not going off of keto, doing keto, but just overeating and too many hidden carbs and not really paying attention to the hidden carbs. It's easy to justify, right? It's like, well, I'm not eating wheat. I'm still cooking with almond flour and coconut flour, and all the ingredients are keto approved. But that doesn't mean that carb count won't get up there, because the carbs add up eventually, right? So anyway, but on top of, hidden carbs getting into my diet and overeating, just eating too many calories, when you lose muscle mass, you're really kind of crashing your metabolism too, because lean muscle burns more calories in a resting state than when you have more lean muscle versus less lean muscle. So I kind of double whammied myself this year. I quit working out and I was overeating. But that's okay. This is day 1. We are fixing that. We are correcting that. We are getting back on track and doing it before the holidays, not waiting till January 1 to make, the New Year's resolution, but starting now. And even though this is a 30-day challenge, ultimately the goal is to carry on beyond the 30 days, enjoy Thanksgiving, maybe splurge a little on Thanksgiving, but then get right on plan, right on program. And as much as I hate counting calories and macros, I think it's something I probably need to do for a few months, or at least until I get back down to my goal weight, until I knock 20 pounds off. I don't know if you can hear the boys are bringing in the trash behind me. I told them that I need to finish up this video here in the car. So anyway, but I need to go get ready now. I need to change clothes, and we are going over to my sister-in-law's house to enjoy watching the Bears. So I wanted to get this last little segment in real quick. I am at my sister-in-law's house. Oops, my hair's got in the microphone. And so we're watching the Bears. It's Monday night football, and we're watching the Bears. And massive amounts of temptation with the food. There's so much good food here. But my sister-in-law did make me a wonderful soup that was totally keto compliant. And actually, most of the food here is keto compliant. I'm just, I'm out of calories and protein and carbs, and to enjoy all the yummy keto food would mean that I would go way over on everything else, and that's been part of my problem, right? It's not that I have eaten a lot of non-keto food over this in 2020, it's just been too much of it. So this was really, I guess, like the first big temptation, day one. But I guess that's okay, right? Get a big temptation over with at the beginning, rip the Band-Aid off, I guess. So my stomach is growling, but I'm holding strong. Right now, I just really want to go to bed so that I can sleep and then get on to day two, where there is going to be more food for me to eat. So this wraps up day one. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you're doing the challenge with me, let me know how your day one went. All right, guys, I'm going to get back to the football game, but I will see you on the day two challenge video.